Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. It is Tuesday at 7:30, which you already know what that means. Every single Tuesday here, we get to talk to head man of LSU football, Ed Orgeron. It's been a really fun week, like scrimmages, the little McNeese action going on. Coach O, what's up? Welcome in.
Morning, guys. It's Tuesday, man. It's a big day in Baton Rouge.
Yes, sir. Competition Tuesday on the field. Before we get to on the field, let's talk about off the field a bit, Coach, and a bit serious here. As last at the Capitol last Friday, there was a hearing in which Miss Gloria Scott had actually testified that she talked to you about allegations against Derrius Guice. What is your response to these allegations from Miss Scott?
Yeah, first of all, I was deeply upset when I watched the video of Miss Scott's testimony. It was the first time that I heard of all the horrible details of an encounter with Derrius. I'm sickened about what she went through. Heartbroken. No person, woman, mother, or grandmother should ever be addressed in such a disgusting manner. It is 100% unacceptable. I'm devastated that it happened to her. I want Miss Scott, her family, and others to know that. I completely cooperated with the Hush Blackwell investigation, and I will continue to cooperate with LSU's internal investigation. As I told them, I truthfully do not remember speaking with Miss Scott 3 years ago, but I do know Miss Scott deserves to be heard and admired for her coverage. I have been and I will continue to be committed to a culture of integrity and compliance. Out of respect for Ms. Scott, all survivors, and the integrity of the university investigation, I have to further questions of this nature to the university. I hope this helps.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. It's nice to get that officially on the record now. When it comes to what's going on, like I said, on the field, you had a scrimmage last Saturday, competition Tuesday today. Yesterday we talked to your LSU football general manager, Austin Thomas, and he had some interesting things. We kind of asked him, what stood out from Saturday, Coach, and one of the positions groups he highlighted, and then we just spent an entire segment on, is that defensive line, because when you look at that group, like, it's a pretty fascinating mixture of old talent, young talent, interior talent, edge talent. I know it's been one of your main missions to rebuild that room to the elite status it's always had. How far along do you feel like you are in that process, and how much do you like this room you have right now?
Yeah, I love it. And you look at young guys like Mason Smith had 3 sacks, excellent pass rusher. Jaquelin Roy had 2 sacks. Joseph Evans is probably our most productive interior lineman right now, running fast. So those guys are coming along with Bill Farrell and Glenn Logan. And then you look at Ali Gay, Andre Anthony, and B.J. Ojulari. We're very, very fortunate to have those guys out there. Sonny Fondu did some things at defensive end. And then you got Bryce Langston coming in. You got Savion Jones coming in. So I'm really pleased with that group.
Coach, the Joseph Evans element is pretty shocking to me. He's a guy that has done whatever y'all have asked him always. Did he learn some tricks of the trade, switching over to O-line and now back to D-line? Do you think that helped him out?
I know it helped him, especially when he hears the calls up front.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Oh, I love hearing that. Hey, Coach, when we talked with Coach Peets a couple of weeks ago, he talked about having the best 5 skill guys out there on offense. And so I kind of want to flip it on the defensive side because we talked about it. You're so deep at defensive tackle. Can we see times when you have more big men in the game and you have multiple defensive tackles, say 3 or 4 maybe even, in certain situations to be more physical?
Oh, yeah. There's no question that we can do that. If the personnel dictates that we do that, we can't do that easily.
And, Coach, so other elements that popped up with Austin Thomas yesterday, the D-line's really solid, and then he mentioned Jay Ward, and Jay Ward was a name that he started to come on as a playmaker last year, making game-winning plays. What is your vision for Ward this year? Is he the slot corner? Where does he fit into that secondary?
First of all, Jay's interesting. Corey did a great job of recruiting him, but the night before signing, he was committed to another SEC school.
Oh, wow.
And I called him at 12 o'clock at night. And I said, listen, Jay, do you want to compete at the highest level? He said, yes, sir. I said, you come to LSU, you're going to get that chance. So, he wasn't an LSU Tiger until about 1 o'clock that morning on signing. So that was a great story and continue to compete, and a great job by Corey Raymond. But I thought that Jay Ward, the last 3 games, played like an All-American. I mean, that play he made in Florida, the awareness to get back in bounds, and then the 2 plays he made against Arkansas, those are outstanding plays. But he can play nickel for us. I know Cordell's going to be our starting nickel. We're going to move Jay Ward to free safety because we need help there. So obviously he's a utility guy. We're going to see if he fits well at safety. If not, he can play corner, play nickel. It's like Jay Ward's like 3 players for us.
Coach, what does that safety position battle look like so far in spring?
Yeah, obviously Jay Ward went back there for this scrimmage, and it looks like he's a natural back there. Jordan Toles and Derek Davis are battling right now. Todd Harris has been battling some injuries. So we create depth right now. But if 2 starters right now would probably be Todd Harris and Jay Ward right now. I think that then Jordan Toles and Derek Davis would be right behind him. And then you're looking at Cam Lewis is still there. We moved Alex Adams over from offensive wide receiver to safety. It's going to take him a little while to learn, but we saw that in high school. He was very tough, and then we still have Ryan Sage and Matthew Langwell. So we're going to have some depth. We're going to have some new players. I think moving Jay Ward back there, if we start Jay Ward and Todd Harris, we have 2 veteran players.
So, Coach, another position group, kind of like that safety group that seems like chock full of guys. You have to kind of find who rises to the top on offense is the wide receiver position. Obviously, they're working with Coach Mangus. Did I read correctly? Is the summer of 10,000 catches back?
Yes, no question. And, we had Coy Moore. I put up yesterday that, it is. Coy Moore had 6,600 catches before spring ball.
What?
That was 6,000, and he has the least drops. And you talk about a young man that had a great scrimmage. He's playing every wide receiver position. He's playing tailback. He's catching screens. He's having a tremendous spring for us. So that is very positive. Obviously, Kayshawn is an outstanding player. Another young man that's having an outstanding spring, Devonte Lee. I mean, Devontae's big. He can get off the press. He's got a nice shock release. He catches the bubble screen well. He's got big hands. He catches everything within his radius. So I'm glad to see that Devonte is having a good spring.
All right, Coach, I want to talk about Bug Strong because as a former running back, I remember when I used to get the game plan, I would go straight to let me see which linebacker they've tagged as a thumper. That's what I want to know from the get-go, which one is the guy that I need to make sure my head's on a swivel. And it seems like Bug Strong's that guy so far for LSU.
No question, man. And again, I'm so pleased to see in our evaluation process that that was a position of need for us. And we went to the junior college, and it was Mississippi Gulf Coast Junior College. We thought that he was the best in the country. We never met him personally. All we did was talk to him on the phone. And but he is everything we thought of, and more, he's a great young man. He's a very mature young man, and he will get underneath your pads and hit you. He loves to hit. The more he hits, the more excited he gets.
Coach, one of the position groups, talking to LSU Head Football Coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench, one position group that's been they're just in a weird spot here at spring because they got a lot of talent coming in. They got talent that's not playing right now, is that running back group. How are y'all handling running back with some of the injuries and kind of what seems to be a light room right now?
Yeah, first of all, it's frustrating because I know we have some outstanding backs. But Tyron Davis continues to have little nagging injuries that are keeping him out of practice. Trey Bradford has a hamstring, which, that takes a while. And we don't want him to go out there and injure it. And then John's coming back from a surgery. So we got John in a gold jersey. He's going through a third practice. In fact, we're going to change Thursday's practice. We were going to scrimmage Thursday before Easter to a third practice so we can have John run the football. Josh Williams is doing a great job. Karen Norman took 39 carries. We moved Nick Davis, a walk-on back there, took 25 carries. So, we have some guys that are carrying the load, but we need to get our guys healthy, and then we need to get our 2 outstanding running backs in here. I think fall camp is going to tell the story of who's going to be the most durable back, who can go in there, who can be there when we count them. This is a big position of identifying what we can do and who can do it in fall camp, because right now it's been a very disappointing position.
Yeah, and Coach Pete's coach, again, when we talked with him, he said he wants that position to be a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, as far as he doesn't necessarily have to come off the field. You can do everything with him. You can line him up out wide. He can line up in the slot. Obviously, he can line up as tailback, looking for that kind of jack-all-trades type of guy.
Yes, and, you know, we have – I'm going to tell you, we have the plays now. Last year we didn't turn a running back nearly like we did in 2019. Yeah. And now we're doing it, and John can run that little choice route. John is fantastic, and these other guys coming in, I know they can run it. And as you know, if you can isolate on that Mike linebacker, you get a chance, because it's hard for that Mike linebacker to cover that choice route.
Coach, I know how much the running back caught the ball in 2019 because Clyde Edwards-Helaire, every time he sees me, lets me know that he broke my receptions really early in the season. Like, he doesn't even allow it to go. Like, I had 37 catches, and I was so proud of it.
37? I thought it would have been
He
about
blew
20.
past it, Coach.
Hey, you know what I used to like, Jake? That isolation play with the fullback.
Oh, yeah.
Make the isolation play and run the fullback up the middle, man. That's a good
see, let's talk about that
watch
play.
Out, dude.
We can talk about that play
You're
all
going to get
day.
Jake all hot and bothered over here, Coach. I can't have that at 7:40 in the morning.
Hey, T-Bob, hey, how many times you caught the ball in the flat?
Hey, once
you,
when I was practicing football, Reg, I caught a touchdown in practice. I'll never forget it. I was way more excited than anybody else. Coach, this is becoming weekly as well in terms of questions that I ask, but I have to go here. That backup offensive line hasn't been great there. Mainly, though, I've been thinking a lot about the center position lately. What are we looking like behind Liam Shanahan?
You know, here's what you bring up a very good point. Here's what I told the backup offensive line. Here's what I told the offensive line coach. We cannot expect that just because we have a veteran offensive line that we can slow the development of these young men.
Yep.
Because they are one play away. One guy gets hurt, they're going to have to play the whole season. So we have to. I think their development is good right now, but we have to speed up their development. But right now, if we would go into a game, Charles Turner would probably be our backup center, him and Marlon Martinez. And they're doing very well, but I can't say they are able to go in a game right now and compete at a high level.
Talking to LSU head football coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench. And, Coach, I think you'll hopefully Saturday, if you can make it, be back watching some football again. So you went up to Natchitoches a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
This weekend, Nicholls State, McNeese. It's over there at McNeese. But how about Nicholls coming out of Thibodeau? It was doing pretty damn good this year, Coach. How you feeling about this weekend? Coach Rebo's done a hell of a job.
I'm so happy for Coach Rebo. And, you know, I coached at Nicholls State, and I love the people down there, down the bayou. You do too, T-Bob, and I'm so glad to see them doing well, and so glad to see their quarterback doing well, who was here. I knew he'd be an excellent player. You know, they got a lot of transfers. They got a lot of skill players. This is going to be a great Easter weekend. Can't wait to spend it with my family in Lake Charles.
Oh, love it, Coach. Well, best of luck to the fam this weekend, and I'll see how that goes. And the best of luck to you today. Competition Tuesday. What are you most excited for in practice today, Coach?
Bump combo drill, baby. Here we go.
Coach O joins us every Tuesday at 7:30. Thanks so much, Coach. You have an excellent day. Enjoy practice.
Go Tag.
Yes, sir. You have a good one. All right, when we get back, break down some of the things that we heard there, bro. Start the Coy Moore hype train.
There's some news.
There's some nuggets in there.
Some guys moving positions, some different guys stepping up.
Yeah, so we'll break it all down next here on Off the Bench.